Hi, my name is Bree and this is Soccer for Beginners. In this video, I'll be talking about the common rules and misunderstandings in soccer. We will go over the playing field, common positions, uniform requirements, proper foot placement, handling the ball, pushing, slide tackling, and offsides. To begin with, let's go over the playing field. The playing field is a simple rectangle. The longer lines of the rectangle are known as touch lines or sidelines. The shorter lines of the rectangle are known as the goal lines. If a team kicks the ball out of the touch line, the restart play would be a throw-in for the other team. As far as goal lines go, if the attacking team kicks the ball out of the goal line, the restart play would be a goal kick for the defending team. A goal kick is taken on the perimeter of the goal area, also known as the 6-yard box. However, if the defending team kicks the ball out of the goal line, the restart play would be a corner kick for the attacking team. Corner kicks are taken on or in the corner arc. The area surrounding the goal area is known as the penalty area or the 18-yard box. The goalie is not allowed to handle the ball with his or her hands outside of this box. Also, if major fouls are committed in the box by the defending team, the attacking team is awarded a penalty kick on the penalty mark. During penalty kicks, every player except the kicker and the goalie are required to stand outside of the penalty box and above the penalty arc until the play is started. Towards the middle of the diagram, you will see the center area. The center spot is where play will be started at the beginning of the game, after halftime, and after any goal is scored. All players except the players starting play must stand outside of the center circle. Also, each team must stand on its respective side of the center line until play is started at kickoff. Now that we've gone over the playing field, let's discuss the common positions in soccer. The four most common positions are the goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward. The goalkeeper, also known as goalie or keep, is responsible for protecting the goal. As I said before, he or she is not allowed to hold the ball outside of the 18-yard box. The defender is responsible for protecting the goalie. They are also responsible for shutting down the other team's offense. The midfielders work as a transition between the defenders and forwards and also are responsible for shutting down the other team's midfield. The forwards or strikers are responsible for scoring. They are also responsible for shutting down the other team's defense. Now let's go over uniform requirements. To play soccer, shin guards, cleats, and socks are mandatory. Referees will check for these at the beginning of every game. If a player does not have one of these, they will not be allowed to play. T-shirts, shorts, sweatpants, and any other loose-fitting clothing are recommended to play. This player would be a great example of what to wear when playing soccer. As I said before, referees will check shin guards, cleats, and socks before every game. If you do not reach the requirements of these, you will not be allowed to play. One of the requirements is you cannot wear football cleats during soccer. This is because the stud under the toes in football cleats can hurt somebody if you slide into them. Another example of the shin guard, cleat, and socks requirements is that your shin guards must go under your socks, and your socks must completely cover them. This player would be a prime example of what not to do as far as your socks covering your shin guards. Now let's talk about proper foot placement. When you kick the ball, you want to either kick it with the inside of your foot, which would be the blue line on these cleats, the top of your foot, which would be the red area on the top of this cleat, or the outside of your foot, which would be the yellow area on this cleat. Proper foot placement when passing the ball involves the inside of your foot. If you're right-footed, you will want to plant your left foot and use the right foot to pass the ball. However, if you are left-footed, you will want to plant your right foot and use the inside of your left foot to pass the ball. Proper foot technique when shooting the ball on offense or booting the ball out on defense would be using the top of your foot. The top of your foot will give you a better direction control as well as a better source of power. The technique would be the same as passing in that you plant your left foot and strike the ball and follow through with your right foot if you're right-footed, and you plant your right foot, strike the ball, and follow through with your left foot if you're left-footed. When striking the ball with the outside of your foot, you want to use the area right around your pinky toe. It will give you the best direction as well as source of power. One of the most common mistakes in youth soccer is to toe kick the ball. Toe kicking the ball is literally kicking the ball with your toe. The little boy in blue in this picture shows you an example. Toe kicking the ball will not give you a good sense of direction, nor will it give you a good sense of power. Toe kicking the ball can also hurt your foot very badly. Another common misunderstanding in soccer is the term handball. The correct term would be intentional handling of the ball. This picture is a great example of that. The guy in yellow is the actual goalkeeper. The guy in blue is just a defender. However, because he is intentionally picking up the ball and using his hands to deflect the ball from the goal, he would be in violation of this rule. Another reason people mistake this term so much is because of the actual term handball. When saying handball, people believe that if the ball touches your hand, then you are in violation of the rule. However, if your hand is protecting yourself, or if it is on your body and the ball would have hit your body anyways, you are not in violation of this rule. For example, this little boy is obviously trying to protect himself from the ball. His hand is in front of his face. Therefore, if the ball hits his hand, he will not be in violation because the ball would have been stopped by his face anyways. Another misunderstanding in soccer is the term pushing. Many people believe that if there is any pushing going on at all, you would be in violation of the rule. However, like these girls, if it is equal and your arms are down, you are not in violation of the rule. These girls are going shoulder to shoulder and nobody has the advantage. However, in this picture, the boy in orange clearly has his arm up and is pulling the boy in white off the ball. Therefore, he would be in violation of the rule. Another example of a violation of this rule is pushing from behind. The girl in black has clearly taken advantage of the girl in white and has pushed her from behind when the girl in white was trying to head the ball. One of the most common defensive plays in soccer is to slide tackle. However, there is a right way to slide tackle and a wrong way to slide tackle. This picture is a perfect example of a wrong way to slide tackle. The girl in white is slide tackling from behind. You are not supposed to slide tackle from behind. Not only are you playing the player before you play the ball, you are also risking tearing that player's ACL or blowing that player's knee out entirely. Slide tackling from behind is not allowed in soccer. The right way to slide tackle in soccer is to come from the front of the player or the side of the player. The player in blue is correctly slide tackling because he is not coming from behind and the player in red sees him. The last thing we will go over today is offsides. Offsides is commonly misunderstood in soccer. A player is offsides when they are behind the second to last defender when the ball is kicked to them. The goalie is included in these defenders. Therefore, technically, the player would be behind the last actual defender in order to be offsides. In this picture, number 11 on the red team is passing to number 10 on the red team. Because number 10 is behind the blue defense when the ball is passed, they would be offsides. However, there are exceptions to this rule. If number 5 on the blue team was passing to number 7 on the red team, even though number 7 is behind the red defense, she is still in front of the center line. Therefore, she is not offsides. In other words, if a player is on or in front of the center field line when the ball is passed to them, they are not offsides regardless of whether or not the defender is in front of them or behind them. Another exception to the offsides rule is if a player that is in an offsides position does not play the ball. For example, in this picture, the red player between the goalie and the last blue defender is in an offsides position. However, if they do not play the ball and the red player farthest to the right plays the ball, then they are not offsides. A player can also not be offsides if they are behind the ball. If the red player on the right played the ball and the red player on the middle was behind them, they would not be offsides. Now that we've gone over everything, I hope you have a clearer understanding of soccer. Soccer is not a hard sport, and it can be a very beneficial part of your life. I played from the time I was 5 until I was a senior in high school. I plan on coaching soccer when I graduate from college. I referee on the side, and soccer has been a very big and very beneficial part of my life. I hope that this video would encourage you to play in the right manner and enjoy the sport. Thank you.